Hello there, this is Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today just a quick one. I just thought we'd have a quick look at this this radio chassis. Basically what happened is a friend of mine spotted a nice little radiogram on that Facebook marketplace. I asked him if I was interested in it, and I said, "Ooh," I said, "I've not really got any room or space or anything like that at the moment," and he said, "It's only like 20 quid. I said, well, like I said, I literally haven't got any space for it. Anyway, she basically said, well, you can stick it in my spare house. It's a house that I'm working on at the moment. I'm doing some renovations for it. She said, you can stick it in there if you want, and just work on it when you want. So I said, go on then. Anyway, I got the thing, and it was rather nice. It's a Bush, it's from the late 50s, the Bush RG66. Really nice, like console radiogram. It needs quite a lot of work on it. Anyway, when my friend saw it in the living room where I'd stuck it, she's kind of took a liking to it herself. So I may end up restoring it and then passing it on to her. But what I did last time I was down there is I pulled the chassis out of it. I thought I'd see where we can get any life out of the chassis. I must admit, I did plug it in actually while it was down there, and all I could get was very, very faintly. I got a station on medium wave, but I literally only had the thing on for a minute just to see if it had any life on it. The owner that I got it from had said they had plugged it in and it lit up, so I mean any damage that could be done had already been done anyway. So anyway, I pulled it up here. I've just got it in the office. I literally cannot get into the workshop still at the moment, and project of new workshop is starting. It is ongoing. All I've done so far basically is I've changed. Oops, where are you? I've changed three capacitors. There's two all wax paper ones there and two electrolytics. Now the only reason I've changed them electrolytics is they'd actually gone completely dead short. Both in the audio section. Again, both the waxes there, they were both in the audio output section and were very, very leaky. So that's all I've changed so far. There's still lots of old Hunt's mode seal capacitors. It's got all its original valves. That's all I've done is just change them four capacitors there. And I thought we'd give it another go, and I've got it connected up just to a quick test speaker there. I've not done anything else to it, so let's see what this thing's going to actually do. It's not going to sound as good as it will do in its actual cabinet, because the speakers in the cabinet has got like two big 10-inch drivers, and it's got a tweeter in there as well. Like, we've just got a little crappy, what's it, like a 5-inch speaker connected up, but at least we can get some idea how it's going to play. So literally all I've done, I've changed them. Oh, and I did give the all the controls just a quick spray with some contact cleaner there, just to free everything up a little bit. Anyway, let's try a long wave. Let's switch it on and let's see if I've got it plugged in, and let's see if we get any life out of it this time. Are we getting any valve glow? I think this radiogram was very, very well loved by its previous owner, because the valves look very, very, very heavily used. The output valve does look quite distressed, so I may actually have to end up changing the output valve in it. However, the magic eye on the front is actually glowing. It's a little bit dim, but I've seen them far worse than that. And I don't know if you can hear, we are getting a little bit of hiss out the speaker. Let's see if we can pick anything up. It's got an aerial, but all the aerial is just basically the little. It's just got basically a little bar aerial like that. Now in the radiogram, oops, can you see that? In the radiogram, that would actually be like fixed up onto the top of the cabinet. So it's kind of just like lying loose at the moment. Let's put it somewhere where it's not going to short out on anything. Put it up there. Let's see if we can. I'm not even that little bit of hum's gone away now. So I think long wave seems pretty dead. Because I expect to pick a little bit of something up even without an external aerial, just with that. Let's see if we've got anything on medium wave. Well, medium waves. I think that's just picking up some hash from a light or a switch mode power supply. Oh, I've got some. I think that's like the one station I was picking up before. Anything? Oh, there we go. But that's the volume absolutely wide open. So it's picking out, and I do mean just one. There's a couple of stations on medium wave. But like I said, that's the volume cracked wide open. So I have a feeling that them leaky capacitors are basically done for the output valve. I am going to have to look at putting a different output valve in this. But it's very deaf. Let's see if there's anything on shortwave. I'm not very hopeful because we're not getting real good reception on long wave and medium wave. We can see if we can get anything on shortwave. I doubt it with the internal aerial actually, but no, shortwave is completely dead by the look of it. Yeah, shortwave's dead. Let's have a. I'm not holding out that much hope for FM. I have got a bit of wire just connected up to the FM socket, but you see how much brighter that Magic Eye is on FM as well. I wonder if something's pulling the HT down. Because actually, when you switch it to FM on these sets, it does switch out certain valves and switch in other valves basically to get the FM, like the front end there, up and running. Some of the valves that are used for one thing in AM are then part of a wholly used for something completely different when you switch it to the FM. But we're getting anything. Oh. Little bit of something on FM. It could be that the ECC85, which is the valve using the FM front end, is completely knackered. You do see that a lot, unfortunately, and they are getting a little bit harder to get now. Let's see if we can just perhaps reposition the aerial, see if that helps. Just perhaps move it over that way. Like I said, I've just got a couple of test clip leads just linked together just to see a bit of a basic FM aerial. There are stations there. I think this is down to bad caps and, unfortunately, very tired valves. So we are picking some stations up, but the Magic Eye is not reacting really the way it should. It's not opening and closing as you come in and out of stations. It's at least picking up a little bit more on FM, but it's just very scrambled. Oh wow, I found something there. BBC Radio 1, so very soon Charlie has to fight for her immunity as part of Night Nonsense. Okay, maybe we're wrong. Just had to turn that right down. It's a glorious day. Thank you, everyone.
It's a terrible day.
So I don't know why that's just kicked through quite like that, but
days as well, so I can't wait to hear what else they've got coming out. This is
and the Magic Eye's
BBC
working.
Radio 1.
Well, Although you bring it right on station, you lose the audio, but you can see the valve closed right up, the eyes closed right up. Take it off station. That's quite interesting. Right. See if we come further down, and you'd expect to be picking up quite a bit down here, but absolutely nothing. It's just weird, we're picking radio 1 up really quite strong up here. Get back up. Yeah, it's consistent, it's there. Doesn't sound too bad there. So, I believe we've got Classic FM there. Again, that's not bad. And that's actually closing as it should. This is really odd.
And the wonderful soloist we've just enjoyed hearing from, Michael Collins, responsible for one of my favourite moments at
That doesn't sound bad, does it?
Because not only is he a fabulous clarinet player, he's also a brilliant conductor, and he was conducting the Philharmonia Orchestra on the night, but then also to take a moment solo
and that output valve doesn't sound too bad.
Conductor has done that before or since. Michael
That's full
Collins
volume,
with
but
a
obviously
second
we're on this crappy little 5-inch speaker, not the big 2 10-inch and the tweet of this thing is meant to be driving.
Symphonia. And if you too have had a busy day, perhaps a moment for you next. This from
So it looks like our output stage. I was thinking the output stage was a bit iffy, but the output stage actually seems fairly good. Just why is it so deaf? We've got Classic FM. We've got Radio 1, but the eye isn't really closing as well as it was on Classic FM.
Okay, so there was a time at university when, well actually, you've got a big...
But as we get lower down the FM frequency, that's it, we're dead. We've got nothing. And shortwave's dead. Medium wave, I think we've got like 1 or 2 stations. I think we've lost them. Yeah, lost that. Getting long wave, we've got nothing there. I've got to turn the volume right. I think this may be down to some very, very tired valves. Quick wiggle test. But I think this is down to some very, very, very tired valves. Like I said, if you look at the output valve, amazingly it's actually still seems to be working reasonably well, but I think this is probably what this is down to. Obviously we have got a lot of capacity change in there as well, but I think what the next thing I'm going to do with this, I don't know when because I'm mad busy at the moment, is I might get the old valve tester out and we can actually go through the full set of valves in this and see if we've got any bad ones and see if we can perhaps replace any which are really bad. I mean, the output valve's not an issue, I've got loads of spares for that, it's just an EL84. The rectifier's an EZ81, that's a good one to test because if that's giving out a low rectified output, that could really be pulling the HT down on the radio, and that could be causing some of our issues. Or it could be something in the detector stage. 'Cause it's strange that it's really deaf like this, but so you go over to FM. And we're all garbled down at the bottom end. Can barely pick anything up, but we come up to the top end. And there's reasonable volume. And so much I've got to turn it down. and then we've got, I mean, classic FM there is spot on. Switch that off. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, that. But fortunately, I've managed to dig out my old radio and television servicing, and I do have the service data for the RG66. That's basically just gives some additional notes. The main circuit is actually based on this one here, which is the Bush VHF64 radio. Like I said, the RG66, which is what this is, basically uses exactly the same chassis with just some slight modifications which are described here, just to the tone circuit and things like that. But we're not interested in that at the moment. What we are more interested in really is the full circuit of it, and see if we can find out what the issue is. But I'm leaning first towards, obviously, like I said, there are some capacitors we're going to need to change in there, but I am leaning towards we may have a couple of very tired valves in it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I said, this was just a little interim video because I've not made a video in a little while, and I was tinkering with this thing, seeing if I could get it to play. Like I said, we just changed a few caps and basically got it sort of playing, but obviously we have still got some major issues with it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed that little video, so thanks for watching and goodbye.